Hello, everybody, and welcome to the podcast. My guest this week is a good friend of mine. He's one of the first people I ever played drums with. I've been in 3 or 4 different bands with him. He plays bass, guitar, drums, he sings, he writes amazing songs, and he's a wicked guy. Had a great time catching up with him. Not seen him a lot recently because of lockdown and stuff. I love this guy to death, and he's one of the funniest people to make music with, and I've been doing that with him for years. So please welcome my friend to the podcast, Joe Hutchinson.
Just been used for what it's meant for. It's been used and it's been gigged. It's been used. It's been gigged all over the place.
What is it?
It's a Squire Jaguar short scale bass.
Short scale.
It was only 180 quid to buy.
That's all right.
So
was that new?
that was brand new. It was amazing. That one
really.
that I used for the Green Day band when we did the covers stuff.
Yeah, me, you, Sean, and John.
Yeah. That's what I bought for it.
Right.
And it's brilliant.
So
But
did
it's-
you not have a bass until
No.
we were doing that?
No.
Because you sold it to Blair. Which
Sold
is
it
that
to
one
Blair
in
and
there.
I didn't have one since. Oh, is it in there?
That's it, yeah.
Amazing.
I borrowed that off Blair and I've got the Sans amp down there. Which
What's that?
I don't really know.
I don't know what Sans
But
amp is.
it
I'm not
makes,
technical.
It makes, neither am I, but it makes, according to Blair, makes the bass sound really good, but it's also a direct in. It's a DI box.
Yeah.
So it gets
Oh,
rid of the
yeah.
hissing with guitar when I'm
right.
recording and stuff. So it's been really handy for that.
For
doing-
guitar. Oh, so it's proper clean.
Yeah.
Just for you can use it for guitar or
Yeah,
bass or
yeah,
whatever.
because it's got the stomp on it, which turns it on as a Sans amp,
Yeah.
but you can run it without that, just as a DI box.
Oh yeah.
And you plug your normal jack to jack into it, and then an XLR coming out of it
Into the computer.
this.
Oh, into the thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
and it's sorted.
I'm glad the Blair's kept that bass as well because
It's nice. It's
It's
really nice to play.
it's the best bass I've ever bought.
Yeah. It's
And
a
actually,
jazz.
the thing is with that bass, right? If he, I don't know if he's realised, but that bass is worth more now than when I bought it.
Really?
Yes.
Well, it's like a vintage or something.
No, it's because they're rare.
They're rare.
Yeah, the Aerodyne basses
Right.
are rare now.
Is that the make? Aerodyne?
Fender Aerodyne,
Fender
slightly
Aerodyne.
lit thinner,
Right.
and just the way that they
the
they only
body's
made them
thinner.
for a specific time, for a certain amount of time, and it's about 700 quid when I bought. They cost more now to buy them because they're not new anymore.
Second-hand.
They have to buy them second hand,
Yeah.
and because they'd only made them for like a few, 2 years.
Yeah.
I don't even know actually.
Well, that's the good thing
The ones
with
that you get,
instruments, isn't it? That
Yeah.
If you get the right one,
Yeah.
it goes up in value.
I sold it to Blair for a lot less than I paid for it, which didn't mind at the time because it's.
At the time, it might not have been worth that. Yeah.
No, I just buy and sell stuff all the time. But now it's actually worth more than I paid for it.
I don't know what to tell you.
I know, yeah. that's it's like
Didn't Tom's
the
do
ones
that
you
with
get
cars?
the ones you get from Japan.
Yeah.
Those Aerodynes that are made in Japan, they're worth a lot more.
Like
They're actually made
thousands?
Yeah, like over $1,000.
Yeah.
Whereas mine, I don't think mine was made in Japan. It's like Indonesia or
So like
whatever.
a lower model
Still-
or something.
Still like 700 quid.
Mm.
Because it's just the way that, because there was just different, all the shadow chrome hardware on it and all
Right,
that stuff.
yeah,
And,
the
like,
additional
no
bits.
fret markers on the fretboard, no dots.
See, I would have thought that
Things like
costs less because they've
Yeah.
got to put it on. And
Well,
it,
it's
I
like-
mean, it looks better, so stylistically they can
Yeah.
say, well, it costs more, but
like
they're doing
Porsche.
less work.
It's like Porsche.
Yeah, same.
Take off parts,
add more
add
money.
more money.
Yeah. Anyway, how you doing?
All right, lad. Not
It's been a while since I've seen you.
Heat is doing my head in at the moment.
Yeah, it's a bit warm.
I can't wait for gigs to
Mm.
come back, but it's so dodgy. It's going to be ages. It's going to
It
be.
is.
The only thing that I know about this year that's pretty much certain is Sam Fender has announced Sam Fender's quality. He's a pop star, really, but he's a guitar player.
Will I have heard him on the radio?
Yes.
Right.
My favourite songs, two songs that are my favourites.
There's a ghost at the door.
Yeah.
You're all right. Come in.
Hello.
What's up? On top of the ladder. An on-air button. Yeah, a little light.
Yeah, we need a red.
outside.
Yeah, I need the
says
the
on air.
radio light thing. Oh yeah, the only gigs Sam Fender's doing two nights at this new massive outdoor arena up in Newcastle. Because he's a Geordie, so he's doing 2 gigs because the first one sold out like in about a minute. So he put another date on that's sold out.
Yeah.
So, but what that is social distanced. You have like areas where you have 5 people per area.
Right. Okay. But if you got to buy the tickets 5 at a time,
I think so. But no, technically not. I had a look.
Because otherwise
myself.
you could be
£32. Actually, not too expensive, like £32.70 or something per ticket, plus fees and whatever.
But you could buy one ticket and be in a group of 5.
You don't know who they are.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I think so. But actually, I don't know how it works. But there was like groups of 5, these like pods or areas or whatever you want to call it, or raised platforms or whatever it was. But there's loads of these. Obviously, there's going to have to be thousands of people to make it financially worthwhile because it's like Virgin Money Arena.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
That's the new...
There's new Virgin Money Arena up in Newcastle, outdoor arena for gigs. Some massive open space in it.
Like 60,000.
Donny or something.
Like
you know, yeah, it'd be some massive thing. So, but that's the only gigs that I am 100% that it's going to happen this year. There's other people.
Even
like,
that might
there's
get
the girl
cancelled.
that's supporting him. There's a girl singer called Holly Humberstone who is amazing. She has announced, she announced gigs. I think it's 31st of October and the 1st of November, sold out. And that's inside somewhere in London. This venue in London, this about 300 cap venue.
Right.
Inside.
So it's not too big.
I don't think that'll happen.
No, I don't. Well, it depends because they keep changing their minds, don't
exactly, yeah. So she did a question thing on Instagram a bit ago, and somebody asked that question: are these gigs still going to happen? And she's like, as far as I know, yes. She's not heard anything, but I don't know.
It's tough.
300 people inside a venue, with no social distancing, just basically how it was last year. This time last year,
everyone crushing together.
Yeah, whatever you want, going to the bar, getting drinks, going, getting to the front, pushing past each other, just, singing.
Yeah.
Whatever, singing, shouting,
Mosh
talking, whatever. So I don't know if that'll happen.
What's her name?
Holly Humberstone.
It's not the sort of name you expect a mosh pit with, really.
No, she's a singer.
Right.
Amazing, she's got an amazing, incredible voice. Just like pop songs, but nice, quite dark actually. Some of it's just different.
Yeah.
Different sort of. Yeah.
Again, you'd
pop
hear
stuff.
on the radio.
You'd hear it. Yeah. I reviewed one of her songs called
Deep
End. I did
do you do albums or do you
thing. I
do...
just did songs
Right.
because it was just quick reviews,
Yeah.
2 or 3 paragraphs, and that was it. Instead of a big, massive, long,
Just a nice, quick little thing.
quick read.
Yeah.
I reviewed one of her songs called Deep End. That's the first song that she put on Spotify.
On that Sum 41 song.
Something like that, I don't know. It only had about 2,000 plays when I reviewed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now she's on the 3rd single on Spotify, and she's been played on Radio 1. She's got millions of hits,
Bloody hell.
millions of streams.
You were in there early, then.
So, because it's just, I listened to that song. I don't know how I heard it. I think it was Artist Radio, when you just let things play on Spotify.
Yeah, Hannah's just showed me
on,
that recently.
It just came on, and I was like, what is this? This is amazing. It's dead spacey. It's quite spacey. Her voice is amazing. It's got a low-tuned guitar, but it's clean. It's electric, but it's clean.
Yeah.
Just, yeah.
So it's got like a slight crunch on it.
No. It's just clean. Yeah, it's like I say, it's just a bit different. And I listened to that. I was like, she's going to be big.
Yeah.
Did a bit of research into it. She'd been touring with Lewis Capaldi, supporting Lewis
Yeah,
Capaldi.
she's going to be massive.
So I was like, yeah, she's going to be big.
Yeah.
She's getting gigs like that.
Well, he came from nowhere, didn't he?
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway,
Oh,
why did you choose bass, Joe?
bass?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't play guitar at the time. That's why.
It wasn't
Couldn't play it very
necessity.
well.
It was just can't use 3 strings. I'll just use one for now.
Yeah, well, you remember when we all started playing and...
Well, you guys all started before me.
Yeah, I started playing and I couldn't really play guitar very well at all because I never had lessons or anything. I was just sort of trying it.
Yeah.
Our mate Far.
Yeah.
And so he was like, just play bass.
Yeah.
All right. It's
See,
easier. It's one string,
Yeah, one at a time.
one at a time,
The odd
one note at a time.
fifth at the same time.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah, so
That's about it.
That's basically the main reason. Because he wanted to play guitar.
Well, he'd been playing for years, hadn't he? He
Yeah.
was, at the time, he was like the guitarist, wasn't he?
Mm.
Because he could play Metallica.
Because he really wanted to. Yeah, he had lessons from Phil Hill,
Yeah.
and all that. And yeah, so
What's their band called?
Hot Bananas.
Hot Bananas, that's the one.
They're not going anymore.
Are they not? I mean, I know
Chili-
Corona, they're not going, but...
Chili Banana. No, what are they
Chili
called
Banana's
now?
the restaurant. Hot Banana.
Hot Banana. No, what's their bloody party band called?
Have they got a spin-off? Like
No,
a
they've got a
wedding
party band. Phil, I can't remember. Chinese Marbles. That's it.
Chinese Marbles, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so they're still going.
They're still going. Yeah, they're still
Right,
doing stuff.
okay.
It's just Hot Bananas aren't. It's still got like Joe Banana is the singer for Chinese Marbles, and
same
Phil's
guitarist.
there, and the drummers. I think the drummers the
Jamie?
same. Jamie, I think it's still
Yeah.
Jamie drumming. It's just a party band. There's like 8 of them, isn't there?
Yeah.
The
And they just
horn.
dive
They have
in
the
and
horn
out.
section, and what's it?
I don't-
Dave Stebbins from Storm Brew.
I don't really remember them,
Plays
to
with
be
them.
honest. I'm sure I've seen them at least once. I'd be surprised if I hadn't at the Swan.
Well, they're actually quite recent. Well, not to say recent. I'd say 5 years, 8 years.
Yeah.
It's a recent sort of thing. They've
Recent
not been
enough.
going for like donkey's years like the Hot Bananas.
Although they're not going anymore.
No, yeah. But they were together years ago, weren't they?
Yeah.
In like the 90s and whatnot.
Yeah,
early
because they were
2000s.
around while the George was there.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the earliest I remember, really. Because, well, that was our beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah.
We had
No, I remember actually
Phil Marshall was your drummer.
Phil Marshall was the drummer of the original band.
Yeah.
Me, Fan Phil.
That was the original
That
band.
was the original band. Phil, yeah. So it was a time when we all just wanted to play Green Day and stuff.
Yeah.
And Phil couldn't do it because it was too fast and that. He was like a jazz drummer,
That seems very
Sort of thing.
surprising to me, though.
but he did do Metallica well because it's slower.
Yeah.
Like
And
he did Enter Sandman. didn't
Pretty
he?
precise.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Lars isn't the most interesting of drummers, but he's precise and he does what's needed.
for the song, he's right for the song, innit?
Yeah, exactly.
And from a songwriting point of view, yeah, it's spot on, isn't it?
You could say the same about Trey for Green Day. Like,
Yeah, because he's well better than he can do on the for Green Day.
Yeah, you hear
'Cause it's
little
just
bit of it in some of the
some
songs,
songs,
like
yeah.
King for a Day. There's some
House
little
Shinker.
bits in there. Yeah,
It's like the drumming is sick.
there's just some little bits where you're like, that guy
Yeah.
knows how to drum,
Yeah.
not just punk, but
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
Like
and
well,
he just plays
Panic
for the song.
Panic Song.
Yeah,
The start of Panic Song.
yeah, all the little accents,
Drumming for what is it, 2 minutes? Dum 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 on the toms for
Something-
like 2 minutes.
something like that. Well, and
Constantly.
like the last bit of the build up in Welcome to Paradise. Like
Yeah.
it took me
Oh,
years
yeah.
to figure that out.
The ride.
When it brings in the ride, yeah. And so
How
we've
to
got
keep with the ride accents on it.
exactly, yeah.
I can't do it. No, I've tried sort of.
You can't do it
adding-
now?
I can't do it. I've tried adding the ride in, but I can't do it the way he does it.
I probably can't
Because
do it the way
it
he
goes
does
ding,
it.
ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
ding, 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 like that. He's adding little. Like,
yeah,
no,
yeah.
Can't do it. I've not really attempted it for a
I'll
while.
show you later. I'll show
I've
you.
not attempted it
show
for a
you the
while.
way to cheat it.
Yeah, yeah. I've not attempted it for ages, but still, like, yeah. There's some songs that I play along to with of Green Day that I do more than he does. I'll improvise more roles and things
Yeah, yeah.
that he does on the track because it sounds good for the track, and I'm just improvising
Yeah.
what I would do.
Exactly.
Extra like bits where he just doesn't do drum rolls.
Yeah.
I'll do little bits,
Well-
drum rolls and things, accents on the hi-hat. shit
Yeah,
like that.
I do. I've always done stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
When you're doing a cover, it's like just because the fill is like snare, high tom floor,
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
mean
yeah.
you can't
Do something
alter
else.
it a bit
Yeah.
or add an extra beat on or do do
Yeah.
something here. Have some
Yeah,
fun
yeah.
with it. That's the point of it, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
You're not
Setting it.
you're not stealing. You're imitating,
Yeah.
and you can have fun with that.
Yeah. But, well, actually, to get back to the original point, why I chose bass, because I was sort of not forced to, but I did enjoy it when I started.
Well, you had Far on
Yeah.
guitar, and you and Far had known each other for years, weren't you?
years, yeah.
So
Since
you two were
primary
good
school and
mates.
all that, yeah.
What was the draw to starting to play though? Was it just like I want to play an instrument?
Listening to Nimrod by Green Day.
Nimrod, nice.
Far put on Nimrod from the start. Nice Guys Finish Last comes on, and it was like, as soon as it started, I was like, yes,
No
this is
way.
amazing. Like digga 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 dun, 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 dun. As soon as it started, I was like, yeah, because it's just so bright and like
Yeah.
energetic. I was like, yeah, and I was like 11
Yeah.
when I first heard it. I was like 11 years old. I was like, this is amazing.
That's crazy.
It went, and it was like Far being so mad on it, sort of.
His enthusiasm.
Yeah, his enthusiasm as well, and I was like, "Yeah, this is amazing as well,"
Yeah.
And then he was like, "Let's do it. Let's start playing." And it just.
So when did you start playing though?
13 or 14.
Right. So what?
13, I think we were.
When Far
When
started.
Far started, he'd been playing since he was like 10.
Right.
I think,
Okay.
but
So we'd
on
already
and
been
off,
playing.
and he started getting more serious when we were like 13 or 14 years
Yeah.
old, and he was like getting me on it as well because he wanted me to
To
play bass
Yeah.
with him in this band.
So you were playing well earlier than I knew.
Yeah.
I thought you started at like 15 when everyone else seemed to start.
No, it was
but I was out the loop
before.
because I was being a bit of a scally,
Yeah.
playing football and just not having much of a life.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I hung out with you and Sean and everyone.
Yeah, yeah.
And then Sean, that very first day I came and hung out with you guys, he lent me Warning. And
Oh,
that was,
yes.
That was it for me.
Yeah,
And
was
it's
it?
like, Warning's not the best album, but I heard that and was like, holy shit.
Yeah,
this-
Castaway, and you're like, yes.
yeah, this is what
Yeah,
I
yeah.
should be doing.
Yeah.
And even then, it wasn't necessarily drums. It was like,
Just music.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I never listened to music. The first, well, as far as I can remember, I'd only ever bought 2 CDs or albums or something before I listened to Green Day, and that was Sonic, the album. That's right, I owned that. Which, by the way, they still play on radio.
There's a song, is it? That's what takes me high, and that's
the
what
one.
takes me high.
Yeah, that's why I bought the album. And I also bought the single of, it's either My or Your, but it's
Who's
Steal My Sunshine or Steal Your Sunshine.
Len, Steal
by
My
Len.
Sunshine.
Yeah, exactly. That was the first.
That's a tune as well. I actually, the other day, got home from work, put the telly on, and it was still on the radio from the morning.
yeah.
Sarah Cox, Len, Steal My Sunshine.
On Radio
was on
2.
Radio 2. I was like, this is a tune.
It's all right.
It's quality. When you hear it every now and again, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Just throws you back to like year 1999 or
I
whenever
don't
it
even
came
know
out.
when it was. That was my first single. Sonic was my first album, and the only other song I really remember listening to was Ryan bought the single for Blue Dabba Dee Ba Da Da or whatever it was called. He bought the single for that, and I listened to that on repeat while I played Mission Impossible on the N64. Other than that's like my
Mission
music.
Impossible.
Yeah, that's my music history.
Yeah,
before
Green
Green
Day.
Day. And then it was like, oh, Green Day exists, therefore music actually exists.
Yeah. I had quite an interesting musical history because I think the
Prodigy's
first,
quite early on.
yeah,
yours,
Prodigy
isn't it?
again. That was far, but it was Wendy and my sister Wendy and Rob. They both lived at my house, well, at parents' house.
Yeah,
for through me being like, I think Wendy was the first one to move in when I was like 8,
Yeah.
and she was listening to Nirvana.
At 8.
Yeah, like she was listening. not when she was 8. She was about 15 or 16
When
at the time.
you were 8.
When I was like
Right.
8 years old. So she was listening to like Nirvana, loads like Ace of Base. She was dead into that.
Yeah.
Who were like quite funky. And there's just like loads of random stuff. And I just remember like Nirvana though, and Ace of Base because you just listened to it a lot. And
Yeah.
Skid Row, and some of like Slayer. Just certain names, like certain things like that. But then Rob was into like Bon Jovi.
So you had a pretty good mix. When you were
REM
young.
and these sort of bands and stuff. And
Yeah.
Metallica. Well, Wendy and Rob were both into Metallica.
Right.
From like, so I heard that sort of stuff when I was dead young.
So the only other thing I can remember hearing, Rick Wakeman did an album called Knights of the Round Table that had a ridiculous song on it about Merlin that I used to quite like. My dad used to put it on record. And other than that, War of the Worlds,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah,
Like they're the earliest ones, and then it's the ones I said before,
yeah.
and then those 2 albums, and that's it really. I'm sure they played music, my parents.
Yeah,
when
I
was
remember
younger, but
Car
I wasn't
Journeys.
interested.
Fleetwood Mac being played. Like
Right.
my stepmom Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah, tape back in the days of tape players.
Yeah.
So it was like I think Fleetwood Mac and things. I just remember Fleetwood Mac. Like Michael Bolton. And
Yeah.
Just like it was just a range of like pop, like stuff like that, but all sort of melodic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a bit of history.
The only other
But-
one song I can think of is we were going on holiday somewhere, and on tape,
Yeah.
I think my mum or my dad had made like a compilation tape.
Yeah.
And they had what's everyone's favourite Christmas song? The one, Scumbag, You Maggot, You Cheap Lads.
Pogues.
Yeah.
And Kirsty McCall.
Kirsty McCall, that's the one. That
Yeah.
song was on it, and I just listened to that song on repeat. I'd rewind and play it again just because it's
Christmas song.
Yeah, just because it had that line in it. And I was
The
young.
swearing.
Yeah, I was young, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Ooh, it's naughty."
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen to that, and my parents don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
So other than that, nothing.
The first thing I bought was Earth Song by Michael Jackson.
Amazing.
First tape I bought. Single. It was a tape.
I'm not sure what's worse, mine or yours.
Yeah. Earth Song by Michael Jackson.
That's a powerful video. That.
Yeah. And what was it? And then Rob got me Slippery When Wet by Bon Jovi album when I was on tape. That's when I was about, again, when I was like 10 or something.
Yeah.
But I loved it. Loved it on my Walkman, listening to it. Loved
Yeah.
it. Loved it.
I think I got
The
some...
melody and like the melody and stuff. Because it's
Yeah.
just good melodies and guitar stuff and whatever. So I was like, I just loved it. Yeah.
I think I got some early Now CDs and tapes
Yeah.
and stuff for like Christmas. but
Yeah.
I don't think I ever listened to them.
Didn't you?
I mean, maybe the odd bit. I've just thought actually Ryan is a bit of an influence because he used to love Oasis before I was into music.
Yeah.
So I.
But when they were big.
Yeah. So
in the
he
90s.
he was playing guitar. He was learning guitar and learning how to play.
Yeah.
I don't remember how much, but I've definitely got a picture of him being able to play some Oasis.
Yeah.
So that's a part of it in there.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much that affected me, really. I was too busy playing video games at that point. Didn't care about anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Warning changed it all. It was like Nimrod. It's Green Day for a lot of
It's
people
Green
around
Day.
our
It
age,
was
I reckon.
year 10 primary, year 10 high school. Got sick of hanging around with bellends, playing football. Came and found you.
Yeah.
And then you were like, yeah, just chill with us. And then met Sean and Tomsk and
Yeah.
Big Dan and Pete Thorpe and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
the entire crew. All
Yeah.
the people below us like
Sanjay
Sanjay and
wow.
Chapman and
Yeah, yeah.
who else?
God.
Asda and Eddie
Yeah,
Cooper and all sorts.
Eddie Cooper's legend.
Oh, he's
So's Asda.
he's so sickening at guitar.
Yeah,
they
they
both
both are.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. I didn't realize it because I lost touch with him for so many years.
Which one?
I went to with Eddie Cooper.
Yeah.
He was from Herdsfield, where I was from.
Yeah.
So I know him from growing up in Herdsfield, even though he was like slightly younger. And then I sort of lost touch with him, and then all of a sudden, when we were about 20, he's in this sick metal band.
Yeah.
And he's just like a proper tech player.
Oh, he's
and he's just
unbelievable.
like, what? Where's this come from?
Yeah.
It's like, like some ridiculous riffs.
Yeah, I played with him in college.
Yeah.
And it's sickening when you see some people and you see what they do, and like I don't understand how someone can play something so complicated
And remember it.
Well, and
That's
so
what I get.
effortlessly.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the hand that they're picking with barely looks like it's moving, and the other hand is like it's ice skates on ice.
Yeah.
It just like flows over the neck of the guitar
Yeah.
so easily.
It's mad, isn't it? Me and Shawnee, it's me and Shawnee should joke. There was a documentary of this Roadrunner documentary. You know, Slipknot, Roadrunner Records.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all these metal bands were signed to in like around 2000.
I think
like,
we might have watched that.
Slipknot was signed to him when they released the first album in '99.
Yeah.
There's loads of like good bands, like
Great
metal
album.
bands. And they did a documentary, and there's like this guy recording bass. He's got this clip of this guy recording bass, and he's all over the place like that,
Yeah.
all over the fretboard, yeah. And they quit, and he does it like flawless, and it's ridiculously complicated. And he stopped the recording, and there's some other guy. It's like, you're a bit lazy on that fretboard, mate. And me and Shawnee's like pissing ourselves. I saw a clip the other day. This amp maker, dark glass, and there's a clip of this bass player doing similar sort of stuff. I tagged Sean in it saying "bit lazy on the fretboard," and he was loving it. It just makes me laugh.
That's ace.
Yeah, makes me laugh. Oh God, Slipknot's another. Slipknot were
Great album.
Shawnee
that first
got
album.
me into Slipknot.
Don't know who got me into
First
it. I think it was
album.
probably Kerrang that got me
Yeah.
into it when a few videos like Wait and Bleed.
Yeah,
That was
And
the
Spit It
single,
Out.
wasn't it? And Spit It Out.
Spit It Out. They were two massive singles.
Yeah.
They were the two big ones. Yeah, Shawnee got me into loads of stuff as well.
Right.
Like he got you into Green Day.
Got me into
basically.
Green Day, and then everything just flowed from there for me. It was like, if I didn't like it, wasn't interested. If I liked it, I was fully on board. Like, I'd listen to it, but then if I was like, no, I'm not sold, then I'd just like...
Yeah, well,
whatever.
if you get it, don't you?
Yeah,
You know.
but then again, heard Slipknot a few songs and was just like, oh...
But you were like, the drumming. And we were, because it's Joey Jordison at the time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
The drumming.
insane stuff.
Just amazing. Yeah. Because he lived so close to me, Sean. I used to go around to his all the time. We'd just sit and watch MTV2 and Krang and whatever, the alternative music channels.
Yeah.
And just watch.
Well,
And be
he
like, oh, Green Day's on. When I Come Around's on. Not seeing the video.
Yeah.
Like, when you're discovering stuff, it's so much fun. Because there was because it wasn't on demand. You had to wait, sit and watch MTV2.
Yeah. Or ring up and try
and
say,
wait
put this on.
and see what comes on. That's just so much better.
It was probably before the days of even requests, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't text
MTV2 was
in.
new at the time, in 2000.
When MTV2 came out, what was it? Was it alternative?
It was alternative.
Whereas now it's old, isn't it?
I don't know what it is now. It's shit. I don't
Is
even
it
know if
even
it
a
still
thing?
exists.
Yeah, that's a good
like
point.
it was MTV. Like it had MTV, VH1, Box, and these other like random music channels.
Yeah.
Then they brought out MTV2, which for us was for alternative punk metal.
Right.
So you'd have like Offspring, Green Day,
Blink
Korn,
182.
Blink, Slipknot, all the like Prodigy. It
Yeah.
used to show Smack My Bitch Up like at like 11 o'clock at
Great
night.
video.
Stuff like that. You'd sit waiting for it in case, waiting up at like, just to see if they played it. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't there's no YouTube.
Yeah.
Back in, you just had to watch it and be like amazed when you saw it. Because you'd have to wait for 2 weeks. 3 weeks, however, whenever they play it.
Is it still a thing?
On chance.
Music, TV. I'm sure it's
Not
still
really.
a thing. I bet there's still channels.
There's still channels, but shit.
Who's watching them?
I know exactly. If you want to watch a music video, you just go on YouTube, don't you? Or on the Facebook page of the band or whatever.
Or Instagram or anything.
Yeah, you just find it's so easy to find nowadays.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
what are we playing today? Any
I don't
idea?
know. I don't know.
You've
lad.
got no idea.
I wanted to do Quit When Ahead.
We can't do covers.
Why?
Because can't release covers.
No, Quit When Ahead's a uTurn song.
Quit When I Had is a uTurn song.
Yeah.
Right, we can do that. For some reason I had When I Come Around in my head.
Yeah, all right. No.
Quit When I Had.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work at all,
Because
does it?
it's quite positive. It's not a positive song, but it has a nice melody.
Yeah, and it's got the bit that we didn't steal, but we took artistic licensing from Looking.
What's that?
Doon, doo, doo, dun, dun. Doesn't it do that bit?
No.
Which one's Quit When I Had?
The one that's starts with me. It's going.
Yeah. So in the chorus, it does the chorus, and then it does doon, doo, 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 dun, dun.
Yeah.
That's sort of like Looking.
Was it?
We didn't steal it.
No, I didn't. I don't remember it being like stolen from Looking. Or anything.
It was like one of the Looking hits. What was it called? They had like 2 or 3 that were
Pretend Love.
Well, it's on
That demo. Is it on that EP
it's
or
on
whatever you want to call it?
Spotify. Looking are on Spotify.
Yeah, no.
So you can listen.
Brilliant.
To them. Yeah.
Off the Wall. That's a tune. That's probably my favourite.
I can't remember. I'd need
Quality.
to listen.
Every time they play at the Swan every year at Christmas.
Well, I want to get him on. I want to get Christian on to do this, definitely.
Yeah.
Because that'd be sick.
Yeah.
As far as I know, I've never played with him, but I might have quickly.
Yeah.
You know, like just having a mess at the George or something.
Yeah, I've never have really. I never have either.
Well, you can come if you
Theo.
want. Yeah, well, I'd like to do Theo separate because
Yeah. Theo's does his own stuff as
That's
well.
what I mean.
You're used to do acoustic
so I
stuff.
could have Christian in to do one.
Yeah.
And that would probably be different.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
having Theo on, and they've probably got different stories and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, should we crack on? I want to play.
Do you?
Yeah. Do you not want to play?
Yeah, I can play.
Don't have to if you don't want to.
I can play.
You can just talk. I mean, you have to play in a little bit. We've got to get something down.
Yeah. Well, let's record some stuff then.
Right, let's do it.
Yeah. Happy, we're oh so happy, but we don't see the misery shining through. With every bite that we take, the day dawns and the night is over. Well, I better pack my things and go, or else I'll be stuck here forever. Why can't I do this alone? I can't face the unknown on my own. Why are voices in my head? They say I better quit when I'm ahead.
That was Quick Win Ahead by Joe Hutchinson, and that is the end of the podcast. I want to thank Joe for coming on. Really appreciate it. It's great to see him and play some music. You can follow the podcast on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at VCB Podcast. And if you want to support the podcast and get custom drum tracks made for your own songs, you can go to my Patreon at VCB Podcast. Thank you all for listening, and I hope you're here next time.